Hey everybody, welcome back to another It Figures review. Today we're going to take a look at this S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla from the 2017 film, and this is a special edition, and you'll see why soon enough. On top of that, I've also got a couple little bonus surprise Godzilla things, so after the main review we'll take a look at these and see what they are. So this figure is based on the new animated Godzilla film that just came out recently. Full disclosure, I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably actually go see it tomorrow because it's still in the theaters here in Japan. But this is, the first fully CG Godzilla film that's come out. So that being said, why don't we take a look at the packaging and then we'll get into the figure. We've got the preview window, very long preview window, showing Godzilla in there. There's his name nicely printed on the window. Got a little information about him there. Of course, this is brought to us by S.H.MonsterArts. There's a special thanks. You can translate that if you want. On the side are some pictures of the figure. Judging by these, he looks pretty good. Seems pretty similar to the movie. On the other side is a photo that seems to kind of be copying basically this part of the poster. On top is the same window with the same information, and maybe you can look down and see Godzilla's head in there. On the bottom is another nice clear shot of Godzilla, just showing his whole body. And then the usual technical information that you all know and love. And on the back is just a nice big clear shot of Godzilla. This is a nice picture. Very clean and simple, but well done. And we've got some nice little Godzilla seals down there. I like these pictures. Well, let's open it up, shall we? We've gotten him out of the box, but first I just want to show the bonus thing that he came with. So, as you can see, this is just like a special card, S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla 2017, alright. And on the other side we have, I guess this is like a piece of concept art. So this is by Hiroyuki Seishita. I guess it's a nice little bonus. He's looking a little funny there, and it's quite different than what the final version looks like in the movie. But, well, there you go, that's what it is. So as you can see, this guy is pretty big just in my hands. From head to tail, he's quite long. Bringing in one of my other S.H.MonsterArts Godzillas, you can see he's massive, height-wise. And it might be hard to tell because this one's closer, but he's actually longer too, just by a bit. As for the sculpt work, I think they've done a really good job. There's quite the nice details in his skin. He seems almost wood-like or something like that. This is especially apparent in the tail, as it's very jagged, notched, and things like that. It does look like an old withered tree, maybe. And you can see every inch of his skin is textured with something. That looks like veins or roots almost. He's got this slightly sad expression. Once again, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know how accurate that is, but it does look good. And his eyes are just peeking in there. They're all black, from what I can tell. As well as this yellowish tongue inside, which looks rather nice. Keeping with the kind of plant motif, his dorsal fins here, they almost look like seaweed or leaves or something like that. And there's 6 rows of them going all the way down to his tail. This is a buff Godzilla. Look at those abs. He does his crunches, I guess. There's his hands. They've got, yeah, just some claws going on. His knees have this sort of growth on them. And his feet are nice and massive and clawed as well. Oh, there's some secret information for you if you wanted. His other foot is normal underneath though. There's actually, wow, a lot of detail going on in there. The paintwork is also very well done. There's little splatters or flecks of green paint here and there, as well as some more specific, I don't know if it's airbrushing or what they did, just dry brush maybe, but there's green on him every once in a while. And underneath that is the more traditional kind of charcoal gray Godzilla color. His dorsal fins go from the same kind of almost black charcoal gray and then are tipped with a much lighter green color. And as I pointed out before, he's got this kind of muddy golden yellow tongue color. It's actually really unique. And then little black glossy eyes. His knees are also green. I guess he does a lot of gardening, maybe? It might be hard to see, but the underside of his mouth is basically just a darker version of this color, just a little bit black. And no real color on the teeth. In the movie and the posters and things, he seems to be just one color overall, so I don't think that's really a problem. So let's take a look at the articulation. We'll just start at the head and work our way down. So he's got this articulated jaw, just about that much range. That's about as big as it gets. Nice profile. He's got a joint here just at the base of his head. You can go up that far, but then you start to expose that. And about that far down, oh, he is sad Godzilla. He's also got this middle neck piece, which gives him quite a bit of range right there, as well as good side to side. As for his arms, his shoulders, and this was actually tucked in when I first got it out, so I didn't realize, but he's got this sort of floaty shoulder piece, and that's on both of them. But yeah, this is just a floating shoulder piece that sticks on top of that. But as you can see, that gives him quite a bit of range on his arms. And then you can just move these back down once you're, once you've settled on a pose. He then has 2 joints above and below the elbow, so he can make his arms straight or do a 90 degree. And then his wrist articulation seems to be pretty good. He's got a fair bit of range. This whole upper section, this seems to be one big piece here, and this allows him a little bit to go forward and go back, and it's just cut in between the fins there. Gives him a little flexibility, not a ton, but it's not too bad. And then that continues just under his pecs there. And then there's another joint here along the waist. That gives him a bit of a dip, but it's kind of not much at all. But as you can see, it just gives him that little extra tuck if he wants. And he can also sit straight up. So onto his legs. He's got this main kind of thigh piece over here. He can go out actually quite a bit. His legs can go up about that much and go back about that much. As for his knees, there's not a ton of articulation. Oh, actually no. Okay, I stand corrected. They can go pretty straight. Wow. We could get a very upright Godzilla here. You just have to push this big piece out. And he can fold his knees, yeah, pretty much 90 degrees right there as well. And it looks like he can stand on that 90 degree just fine. And then onto his foot, yeah, he's got a pretty good range. Not too much side to side to speak of, a very little bit. Now as for this massive tail, each one of these pieces is separate. So actually there's a huge amount of motion you can get out of that. It's really well done, very, I don't know, snake-like. I can't even get it all in frame, but you could get it in front of him quite a bit, or curl it up about that much, as well as twisting it up right beside him. Starting from here and including the tip, I think there's about 11 segments here. Some of them kind of blend together a bit, so I may have miscounted, but I believe it's about 11. So yeah, this figure is actually really good. I'm glad I got him. Usually I wouldn't get a figure from a movie I haven't even seen yet, but this design has grown on me, and now that I have this in my hands, I'm actually really liking it. It feels a bit more like a titan or some kind of, mythological being that is just so big that its whole body is becoming like a forest or something like that. That's the feeling I get from this, which is a nice take on Godzilla, I think. And it makes me look forward to seeing the movie in a day or so, even more. So of course, if you have any questions or comments about this Godzilla, I'll do my best to help out. Just leave them below. But of course, last but not least, as I promised, we've got a couple little extra bonus Godzilla things that I picked up today, so I included them in the review. So let's open these up and see what they're all about. Now these both are gachapon, even though I took them out of the little container. I haven't opened them yet. But this is the paper that they came with. As you can see, we've got a series of these, they almost look like wood carvings of Godzilla, all the different versions. So this is the 2017 one that we just reviewed. Here's Shin Godzilla with his mouth open, about to do his big blast. Here's one of the early stages of Shin Godzilla, and a younger stage of Shin Godzilla, as well as the more classic 1994 Godzilla. So who did we get? Let's open them up and find out. Well, there's the first one. One of the early Shin Godzillas. I like these baby Shin Godzillas. They're really good. They're so funny. They've become such lovable little mascots. It may kind of look like lacquered wood, but it's actually just plastic with a nice paint job on it. Now that's the face only a mother could love, huh? Considering the size, they did quite a good job on them. A lot of detail. Okay, on to number 2. Well, look at that. None other than the 2017 Godzilla that we just reviewed the big version of. That's some lucky timing. What a mix of relaxation and smugness. That expression. Well, this one's got the abs too. That must be a prominent feature in the film. Here's all his fins and the nice, root-looking body, the bark body. Well, I'm glad I picked these 2 up. I might go back and get a few more. These are really funny. And of course, you can hang them on your bag or your phone or something like that with these straps. So there you have it, the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla from the 2017 animated film, as well as a couple extra little bonus figures. So thanks for watching, and yeah, once again, if you have any questions, just leave them below, and I'll do my best to help out. Bye-bye.